Hello, welcome to my channel. I am so glad you guys are here. If this is your first time here, my name is Monique, also known as Skinique because I'm a skincare therapist, and my name is Monique, so you put it together, that's Skinique. You guys, I used to do YouTube like years ago, so if you kind of look at some of my videos, you'll see that it's been like over 8 years. But I am still doing hair, fashion, finance, news for you that helps you grow into the better being you are today. So if you can see below what this is all about, we are going to be talking about my personal experience with My Jewelers Club and New Coast Direct. So as you all know, depending on when you watch this video, we are all going through a pandemic. And I was one of those people, I was laid off in March, and I said, Lord, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So instead of panicking, I just really prayed. And I said, the first thing I need to do is let me work on rebuilding my credit. So I just hope that you can take some information. If it's something that you're doing or if there's something that you did, share your experience below in the comments because we are all here to learn and grow. So let's share with one another so we can be better together, okay? So the first thing that I'm gonna talk about is credit. Okay, and again, this video is going to be more about my personal experience with New Coast Direct and my Jewelers Club card, but I want to talk a little bit about what credit is and the 5 factors that they look at. And so if you see me looking down or looking to the side, it's because I want to make sure I'm giving you accurate information, okay? So I want to talk about the 5 things that the credit consist of. 35% is going to be your payment history. So it's very important that you are making your payments on time. If you haven't, you can get started somewhere. And with me, because I was working all the time, I'm not even going to make any excuses. I would check my mailbox, I would get my mail, put it to the side, say I'm gonna look at it a little bit later, and then like a little bit later I would have a whole bunch of mail and get frustrated because I knew that I was falling behind. So during this time, I said I need to really work on it one step at a time, and I learned that your payment history is very important. That's 35% of your overall credit. 30% is your outstanding debt. So if you have any type of negative, derogatory information, any type of collections, any type of charge-offs, those late payments, you want to make sure that you get those taken care of. So in another video, I will share with you what I did to use some of those Section 609 letters. I did pay off some things, but there are some things on my credit that have been on there for some time that I just went ahead and made sure it got removed. So that's 30% outstanding debt. Remember, 35% is payment history. 15% is your length of credit. So if you're new to building credit, you may try and apply for something and you may not get approved. It's not because you have bad credit, it's just that you may not have credit. So keep in mind that 15% is the length of credit. So if you have student loans, it's been a few years since you've been to school, but you have that reporting, or if you have any type of installment loans or any type of credit card debt that you've had for years, that all ties into your length of credit. So just keep in mind that when you do request new credit, it will affect your average credit. So again, I will go more in depth with that on another video. 10% is your present and new credit. So if you go out and you apply for a new Discover card or a new credit card, that is going to be 10% of your overall 100% credit because you are actually applying for new credit and current inquiries. So there are some companies that will actually pull a soft inquiry where it doesn't really hurt you. It's those hard inquiries that stay on your credit report for 2 years. So, you know, sometimes with certain creditors, they will or they will not do a hard pull. So if it's a soft pull, that's great. If it's a hard inquiry, there are ways that you can request to have those removed. And again, we'll talk about that on another video. So last but not least is 10%, which is the type of credit used. So this can be a mix of your credit. So you've got revolving credit, installment loans, other loans, any type of real estate or mortgage. That is 10% of your overall credit. So again, you've got 35% payment history, 30% outstanding debt, 15% the length of your credit, 10% is your present and new credit, including those current inquiries, and 10% is going to be the types of credit that you use. So one of the things that I really want to talk about is your utilization rate or your utilization with your credit score. And I'm going to actually read this because it can get a little confusing. So I want to make sure that you all understand. So I'm just going up here to my MacBook and I'm going to be right back. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what credit utilization rate means. This was something that I had to learn because, again, I had some things on my credit that I didn't really fully understand. I just knew that we were going through this pandemic and I wanted to see what difference I could make by doing my own credit. Now, this is something you guys can do yourself. Now, when I first started, I was considering whether or not I wanted to pay somebody to do it, but then I was like, why would I pay somebody when I got time to do it? Okay, so if stay at home, want to make sure, you know, the coronavirus does not come here or my family. So I was at home working on my credit. So your credit utilization rate, sometimes called your credit utilization ratio, is the amount of revolving credit you're currently using divided by the total amount of revolving credit you have available. In other words, it's how much you currently owe divided by your credit limit. So it is generally expressed as a percent. For example, if you have a total of $10,000 in credit available on 2 credit cards and a balance of $5,000 on one, your credit utilization rate is 50%. Okay, so you're using half of the total credit that you have available. Or you can calculate an overall credit utilization rate as well as a rate for each of your credit accounts. That is called your per card ratio. So with me trying to repair my credit, because I had so much outstanding debt, my utilization rate was really, really high. And even though I was starting to remove some things and repair my credit, I needed to start rebuilding credit. So I ended up getting a Discover It secured card. And again, we'll talk about that on another video. I did do self-lender, which is great because after 3 months of being with them, on-time payments, no outstanding fees or anything like that, they will offer to kind of add on a secured card along with your self-builder or self-lender loan. And I also decided to add 2 new trade lines to my account, $5,000 each. So that's a total of $10,000 that's going to be reporting on my credit report as 2 trade lines. So that's where we're going to go into New Coast Direct and my Jewelers Club card. Now, I did some research and you guys can do the same thing. There's so many videos on YouTube of different people talking about both, whether or not you should or you shouldn't do it, how it's going to help you, how it may not help you. In my situation, because my credit score was like mid 500, high 500, it was going to help me. And I'm going to show you, you know, we're now in the month of July. So it just reported July 7th as a new credit card account. Now, if you are working on rebuilding your credit, don't get frustrated if you see your FICO score increase, decrease, kind of fluctuate like a roller coaster, okay? Because that's gonna happen. So anytime when you get new credit, then your points will decrease. but give it time. Don't stress. As long as you're making your payments on time and you're consistent with making those payments, you'll see your credit score increase, okay? So what I did is I did my research, and I was debating whether or not should I apply for New Coast Direct first? Should I apply for my Jewelers Club card first? Should I do them both at the same time? It's really up to you. I decided to go ahead and apply for both of them at the same time. My whole thinking was, well, if they're gonna ding me for actually getting a new account, I might as well start with both of them and then just work, building and increasing and improving my credit. At the same time, I also applied for a Discover It Secured card. And again, I'll talk about that in another video, but it's really great because it's secured. So of course you're gonna secure it with however much money you decide that you want to start with. The minimum is $200. And what I've heard and what I've noticed in watching some of the videos is after being with Discover for, I'm gonna say anywhere from 7 months to maybe a year. I think a few YouTube videos I've seen, there are people who had been with Discover a little bit more than a year. But as long as you maintain that credit and you do everything right, what they do is they'll send you a check for the amount that you put in for your deposit, and then your card is now unsecured. So I'm excited, and I would love to share that journey with you. And if you've actually experienced that, again, just leave your comments below. So going back to my Jewelers Club card and New Coast Direct, I went online, went ahead and applied. I was approved for the $5,000. The thing is, you have to pay that minimum enrollment fee of $99, and with New Coast Direct, it was $95. So I kind of look at it like I'm pretty much paying to increase my utilization rate. If you have pretty good credit, I'd say anywhere between 630 and up. I don't know whether or not it would really be a benefit for you to actually add New Coast Direct or any of these other trade lines that give you that large amount of credit limit. So you just kind of have to see what works best for you. But basically, both of them work pretty much the same. They are $5,000 each of available credit. Now, again, I'm using it to actually bring my credit utilization rate so it kind of balances my credit report, which will help to improve my FICO score. More points on that credit, okay? So what I decided to do is I wanted to go ahead and open up the account, and you have to order a minimum of $100. They have a lot to choose from, but I wanted to purchase something that I knew I would use, and I'm going to tell you it's more expensive than if you were just to go to your local store and purchase the items. But again, it's all about building your credit, okay? So you have to decide what's going to be best for you. So what I decided to do, and I'm going to reveal my purchase from my Jewelers Club card with you because I've been waiting to do this video so you guys can share it with me. But with New Coast Direct, I decided to order the space heater and fan because, again, you want to order something that's $100 or more. And these were like $54, $56. And so I bought two. I've got children, so I figure as the seasons change, instead of using the heat or, turning on the AC, depending on where they are in the house, they can either just turn on the fan, okay, and get a little cool, or as we go into those winter months and they want a little bit of heat, if they're in their room or if they're watching TV or whatever, they can just turn on the space heater. So I got two of these. This is what it looks like in the box. And then that is what it looks like when you take it out the box. Now, here's like the fun part, because I ordered this July 7th. And we're now towards the end of July. So I got my package and I decided to order a ring. I don't really wear a lot of jewelry, and I'm not one of those people that want to floss, especially if it's not the real bling bling, you know what I mean? But anyway, this was from my Jewelers Club card, or from my Jewelers Club. And I ordered the 1.32 carat genuine amethyst and white topaz 0.925 sterling silver ring in a size 8. So with my Jewelers Club card, you want to order at least $100 or more. And again, you know, you can order something for your significant other, for your mother, your sister, your daughter, your husband, your boyfriend. I did find a lot of selections for men, but I was like, hey, my birthday is coming up. I might as well do something for me, and I'm building my credit. So this is going to be a great reminder. So this is the box that it came in. Okay. And this is the ring. Isn't that pretty? Can you see it? All right, let's see which finger is going to fit. So this is a size 8. And look, you guys, can you see? Isn't that pretty? Ooh, ooh, what? So this is like my reward for building my credit. That's kind of the way that I looked at it, and that I do look at it. So every time when I put this ring on, I'm like, we going to the 800 club, okay? And purple is a sign of royalty. Thank you, Lord. So I have to give all glory, honor, and praise to our Heavenly Father for making all this possible. So I know it was a lot of information, but again, there's so much that I want to share with you, and I want to give you the skinny of what I'm doing, so it's going to help you to become a better you. So again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, share it with your friends, and if there's something specific that you'd like to talk about or you have any questions, just leave your comments below, because I do read them. And as we continue to grow, I'm going to be sharing a lot more love, a lot more giveaways, a lot more fun with you. Okay, so now that you guys have seen my ring, now I want to share with you that it's really up to you when you get your bill, whether or not you want to pay the balance off, or if you want to make like the minimum payment that first month, and then, you know, pay it off the second month. What I have learned and what I have noticed is whenever you have new credit, it does help boost if, again, your credit utilization is low. There are some factors, so don't quote me and then your credit situation is completely different from mine, and then you do exactly what I did, and then you get mad at me, okay? Because everybody's credit situation is different. But in my situation, the reason why, again, I decided to do the 2 trade lines is so that I can get that $10,000 credit on my report. Now, I'm debating whether or not when I get my first bill, if I'm going to pay it off, or if I'm going to pay the minimum, okay, let it report another month and then pay it off. So at least it'll be on there for 2 months, because that's the only reason why I got it. I'm not going to be charging this card, using it again. There's a annual annual fee that you're going to be paying. So this is all about rebuilding my credit. So I just want to let you know that if you decide that you want to pay it all off, hey, that's your prerogative. More power to you, okay? But if you want to, you know, pay your minimum and then let it report another month, that's what I'm going to be showing you, because that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to let you know in a follow-up video and show you how my score increased from where it is today to where it will be after these 2 trade lines are reporting. Trade lines, My Jewelers Club and New Coast Direct. So thank you again for joining me. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. All right. And you all be blessed. Have a great day. Cheers.